folks, we're making a tropical countertop using a few metallic powders and a couple epoxy dyes with Stone Coat countertop epoxy. We're gonna mix them all up in a bucket, pour it out, countertop complete. Stay tuned, enjoy the video. What's up folks, I'm Mitch with Stone Coat Countertops. We teach you, the do-it-yourselfer, how to work with epoxy and make fantastic countertops, floors, woodworking projects, and more. Because we're going with the exotic pour technique, it's gonna require a little bit more epoxy. We're only gonna do one coat, and then I'm gonna come back with the ultimate top coat to finish this project out. We're pouring over a sheet of wood today. I've rounded the corners. I've applied 2 coats of our epoxy undercoat in white. You can do this same recipe over your existing surfaces. All you need is a few prep steps to prep that existing surface properly to accept a coating of epoxy. There's a link above me right here. That's gonna take you over to one of our videos that shows you how to prep existing surfaces for epoxy step by step. But don't click on that link till you watch this video and drop a comment. Folks, if you learned something helpful in today's video, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel. We notice most of our viewers aren't subscribed. We want to help you make your kitchen look fantastic. Subscribe, ring that bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video. All right, step 1, when going with an exotic pour, I'm going to create a tape dam with masking tape. I'm going to do a few layers around the perimeter of my project. That's gonna hold my color technique right in place till we let the epoxy thicken up for about 3 hours. That's a pro tip. Whenever you're using an exotic pour, make a tape dam. Tape dam is complete. It's a quick step. Just taping off those edges. We're ready to mix some epoxy. When doing the exotic pour technique, you're gonna mix up some additional epoxy per square foot. For a normal clear coat, you're mixing up 3 ounces per square foot. For exotic pours, we're mixing up 5 to 6 ounces per square foot. We're starting with part B. Stone Coat is a 1-to-1 ratio epoxy by volume, not weight. All right, we're gonna mix this epoxy for 2 minutes with a drill and a paddle mixer. Midway through, we're gonna slow this down and rub the sides and bottom of this bucket. That's gonna scrape off any undermix epoxy and make sure we start out with a really good mixture. Get the bottom and then grab that bucket, pick it back up and mix for another minute. I'm gonna use some of Stone Coat's epoxy dispersion fluid. Pour in a little bit to the bottom of my metallic cups. I wanna keep this tropical countertop on the more mild side. So I'm gonna tint a large amount white and then use that as my base as I add in my accent colors. Pour that out, countertop complete. Okay, that's gonna be my white dye. A little bit of this white goes a long way. The liquid epoxy dyes are insanely concentrated. I'm scraping the sides, just incorporating that white. And again, these are also very concentrated. Our metallic powders were designed and formulated for use in resin. They're made of natural metals and minerals. Many uses for our metallic powders as well. They can go on slime, cosmetics, all sorts of stuff. One we don't use much, I'm gonna see how this looks in this tropical color, Blue Pearl. It catches the light just right and adds a shimmering blue to the project. I'm kind of excited to see how this looks. This is what's gonna take us to the tropics. You get 15 grams of powder per metallic powder colorant, and that's enough to fully tint 2 gallons of epoxy. I mean, they're already incorporated, that's done. See that? Ooh. So now we're gonna take the rest of our mixed epoxy and put it into our accent colors here. And we're gonna randomly apply these colors back into the bucket. We're not gonna mix it. We're just gonna pour that back out on this project and watch it come to life. I love this technique. It's very simple, perfect for first-time epoxy users. Here we go. Grab your bucket that we just made, our exotic bucket, and we're gonna pour this out over the countertop. You can do this in any pattern you wish. You know, Mike likes to do big ring pours. You can go diagonally the same direction. Now there is plenty of material for this to self-level and completely coat my board. But as I'm sitting here talking with you, I'm watching all these disappear as it self-levels. Now that my epoxy is laid out on my board, I have well over an hour to work with this to get it to look the way I want. Let's eliminate the air we incorporated while working with this epoxy with a heat source. I'm using a propane torch. It's the most effective way, but you can also use a heat gun. We're gonna keep the torch head moving an inch or so from the surface and sweep the project, working left to right, right to left, whatever way you wanna go. I'm gonna glove up. It's time to peel that tape, man. It's best to peel the tape between hours 3 and 4, more like hour 3.5 to 4. The epoxy thickens up, but it's not too thick to continue to flow over those edges. To remove the tape dam, we're just gonna peel from the top and peel from the top down to help encourage that epoxy to start flowing over our edges. I mean, if I'm pouring this in my shop, I'm gonna peel this tape, I'm gonna head home. Tomorrow, I'll flip it over. With a 50 grit metal fiber sanding disc, those drips are gone in probably 2.3 minutes of work. Ooh, those look good, man. I don't even need to do anything here. I will take it, guys. That brought me in a tropical happy mood. My wife is gonna love this color. This is what I'm gonna do on our coffee table next. I told you I'd be pouring a completed countertop right out of a bucket. This piece looks awesome. It's taking me to Florida or Hawaii or someplace tropical. I'm feeling much better. Guys, if you learned anything helpful, do us a solid. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, get notified. We're dropping 1 to 2 videos a week. We're going on site. We're gonna teach you how to be a pro with epoxy. I haven't had an exotic pour fail yet. You guys can do this at home. Jump on over to our website to see all the products used in this video. Thanks for watching, everybody, from Stone Coat Countertops. Don't forget, you got this, and we'll see you on the next video.